Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. And I'm here today to bring a review for Sakamoto Days Manga Chapter 98. Not much to say on this one. I predicted, and like it wasn't this out of the blue, oh my gosh, hard to predict thing, but I predicted the two ladies will square off and the victor will be the one from the order. And like I said, wasn't hard, but it was a very hard thing to predict. You probably predicted it yourself. But I don't think I expected the fight to be that easy. It was just a blatant outclass from the order, the girl from the order. She just blatantly just lost this. I don't want to say old, but she was older lady, and I'm wondering to myself, should that have been the case? We don't learn much about this old lady's backstory, her history, where she came from, like how she became the girl she is, like where did she train, that kind of thing. At least I don't think we did. But the fact that she was chilling with, what's his name, Amani's dad, that kind of, gave her some kind of, at least for me anyway, like you kind of put like a bit of expectation on her because, they were chilling together kind of thing. But am I right to have that assumption? No, like at the end of the day, that would be an assumption. Like I said, we don't learn her backstory, her history, so it's kind of hard to gauge like what level she was at and say, all right, cool. Yes, it is reasonable to say that the member from the order, the girl from the order, I forget her name, should have beat her so easy. But that essentially is what we get within this chapter. So it is what it is. We see a little bit of. I don't even want to call it a struggle, but it's not a straight over headshot off thing, and maybe it should have been because uh, we spend the whole chapter on this, and did it need a whole chapter? Because clearly not, because of how the fight ended. Clearly not. The whole chapter wasn't needed on it, so maybe the chapter was bad in that sense. So it took too long. It took too long on the fight. I know. Usually, actually, majority of the times, fights are a chapter, and they are exciting. I'm not saying that this chapter wasn't exciting. This fight wasn't exciting, but maybe it wasn't exciting enough. But again, that's each to their own. I mean, not again, but that would be something that's each to their own. So I think for me, I'm gonna say the fight wasn't exciting enough to warrant it being one chapter long. Yeah, I think I am gonna say that. But now that the fight is over, the member of the order, fresh, she didn't suffer no injury, at least no major injury. What happens next? Well, I predict that by the time she does get back to Shishiba, I think his name is, it'll be too late. That the fight will be wrapping up, and, or no, honestly, like I said in my last review, if you haven't seen that, go watch that. But I do think that he will that. Yeah. So that's everything I gotta say about this chapter. The thing is, the chapter follows the standard practice for Sakamoto Days. Manga continues to practice. He hasn't been inconsistent. He's writing as he always writes, or she's writing as she always writes. I'm not sure if it's he or she that writes this actually. I might go look into that. But yeah, but like I said during the review, I don't feel like that this fight in particular was exciting enough to warrant it being one whole chapter, even though it does flip over to Shishiba for like a page or two. Well, that's for him to say something quickly to allude to his friend winning in the end. But yeah, like I've been saying, shouldn't have been a whole chapter. That's my only gripe with the chapter, and I think for that reason, honestly, I can only give it a 2-star rating. It was just missing. If the fight was just a little bit more exciting, could have given it an average rating. The average rating. But like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.